Have you ever wondered why some people seem impossible to help? In this intriguing video, we will explore the 8 types of people who defy the Stoic principles of wisdom and self-discipline. From those who cling to a self-centered mindset to those who evade responsibility at all costs, you'll discover how to recognize and address these behaviors in your daily life. Don't miss this eye-opening exploration and join us to unravel the secrets behind these personality types. Subscribe now and join us until the end so you don't miss a single detail. Number 1. People with egocentric and demanding attitude. These people, whose ego precedes them, show a distorted vision of the world, where they consider themselves the center of everything and firmly believe that the universe owes them something. Their narcissistic and detached approach to reality leads them to constantly expect to be served and cared for, without recognizing even the slightest reciprocity. They often attract the attention of those with a compassionate heart, but paradoxically, they reject any genuine help offered to them, interpreting it as an attack on their supposed right to be pampered. Their inability to accept vulnerability and dependence leads them to be easily offended and reject any attempt at deterrence. Only when they face the same difficulties that they impose on others, when the world does not provide them with what they demand, can they begin to question their self-centered attitude and recognize the importance of humility and interdependence in human relationships. Number 2. People who avoid responsibilities. This group, characterized by their lack of self-examination and humility, constantly evades responsibility for their actions. Instead of acknowledging their mistakes and learning from them, they prefer to blame others or deny any negative consequences they may have caused. This defensive and self-indulgent attitude creates an insurmountable wall that makes any attempt to help them recognize and own up to their mistakes difficult. No matter how much you try to teach them the importance of responsibility and personal growth through humility, they seem to stubbornly cling to their excuses and justifications. Like a ship without a rudder, they navigate life without direction or purpose, waiting for others to solve their problems and assume the consequences of their actions. Number 3. People obsessed with the negative. These individuals, trapped in an endless cycle of pessimism and discontent, insist on focusing solely on the negative side of life. Although it is natural and healthy to express feelings of sadness or frustration during difficult times, these people go further by stubbornly clinging to negativity, as if trapped in a downward spiral of pessimism. Any attempt to offer them solutions or positive perspectives is met with skepticism or even hostility, as they prefer to wallow in their own misery rather than seek a way out. For them, misery becomes a form of attention, a way to remain in the center of attention and receive compassion from others. However, this constant search for sympathy and understanding only serves to perpetuate their own unhappiness, making them perpetual victims of their own negativity. Helping these people becomes a daunting task, since their resistance to change and their clinging to misery make any attempt to help useless. Only when you are willing to open yourself to new perspectives and let go of your obsession with the negative can you begin to experience a fuller and more satisfying life in harmony with the Stoic principles of acceptance and serenity. Number 4. Opportunistic people. These individuals, lacking empathy and consideration for others, take advantage of the altruism of others to obtain personal benefits without caring about the effort or sacrifice that this may imply for others. They are masters in the art of manipulation and victimhood, using emotional tactics to get what they want without having to compromise or change their selfish attitude. For them, the compassion and generosity of others are simply tools to use for their own benefit, without concern for the consequences or impact this may have on those they exploit. Staying away from these people becomes essential to preserve personal integrity and protect yourself from their manipulation and emotional abuse. Although it may be tempting to offer them help or understanding, it is important to remember that their opportunistic behavior is a manifestation of their lack of ethics and consideration for others. Only when they learn to cultivate empathy and respect for others can they begin to change their selfish attitude and learn to relate more genuinely and authentically to others, in line with the Stoic principles of virtue and mutual respect. If you're enjoying what you've seen so far, I encourage you to show your support by clicking the I like it, which you will find just below. Your support is essential so we can continue bringing you quality content. Number 5. People without vision of the future. These people, gifted with talent and skills, unfortunately lack the vision and direction necessary to realize their full potential. Although they may possess a wide repertoire of skills, their inability to project themselves into the future and set clear goals leaves them stuck in a cycle of inactivity and lack of progress. It's not enough to simply teach them new skills. What they really need is a dose of motivation and guidance to apply their knowledge for their own benefit. However, their lack of initiative and determination can make this process extremely difficult, as they often lack the drive to pursue their goals with diligence and commitment. Helping these individuals develop a clear vision for the future and set achievable goals is critical to unlocking their true potential and guiding them toward a life of fulfillment and success. Number 6. Perpetually dissatisfied people. These people find themselves trapped in an endless cycle of dissatisfaction and discontent, where nothing seems to be enough to meet their expectations. Despite having all the comforts and privileges at their disposal, they always find reasons to complain and lament about what they lack instead of appreciating what they have. Their constant search for perfection and external happiness leads them to a state of perpetual dissatisfaction, where they can never find inner peace. Any attempt at help is hampered by their incessant need for more, as they are never willing to accept reality as it is and find gratitude in the present. Only when they learn to cultivate an attitude of acceptance and gratitude for what they have, rather than focusing on what they lack, will they be able to free themselves from the cycle of dissatisfaction and find true happiness within themselves. Number 7. Self-deceived people. These types of individuals live in a world of illusions, where the truth is distorted and weaknesses are hidden behind a facade of false security. Their self-deception prevents them from accepting reality as it is and facing uncomfortable truths about themselves. They fervently believe in an idealized version of themselves and the world around them, ignoring any evidence that contradicts their distorted vision. This stubborn denial of reality becomes an insurmountable obstacle to any attempt at outside help, as they reject any advice or vision that does not align with their own self-imposed narrative. Only when you are able to recognize the nature of your self-deception and actively seek professional support can you begin the process of healing and personal growth. Number 8. People who blame others. These people stubbornly cling to the belief that they are victims of circumstances and that their problems are the result of the actions of others. They flatly refuse to take responsibility for their own decisions and actions, preferring to blame others for their difficulties. Their lack of self-criticism and resistance to change make any attempt at help fruitless, as they reject any suggestion or advice that questions their victim narrative. Only when life teaches them hard lessons and forces them to face the consequences of their actions can they begin to recognize the importance of personal responsibility and self-examination. Facing the truth about your own behavior and choices will be a crucial step on your path to growth and self-transformation. After exploring these 8 types of people who defy Stoic principles, we are left with an intriguing question. Have you encountered any of these behaviors in your daily life? How have you dealt with them? We'd love to hear your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. Remember that your participation enriches our community. If you want to continue exploring fascinating topics like this, be sure to subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell to receive alerts about our upcoming videos. Don't miss a single content. Until next time, and thank you for being part of our community.